top of the list really is the case of Fethullah Gulen, the cleric who lives in Pennsylvania in the United States. He has lived there for several decades now. Turkey is wanting to extradite him from the United States. He's the head of an organization known here in Turkey now as FETÖ, the organization that has been widely blamed for the failed July the 15th coup from last year. For more than a year now, really, Turkey has been submitting documents to the United States to try and secure his extradition. Just a few weeks ago, the Turkish Justice Minister said that whole process had been completed. All the files were now with the United States, and really there's a lot of frustration from the Turkish government about this process, that it's not being carried out much more quickly. We heard in the press conference from Binali Yildirim about an hour ago saying there are so many files in this case that you can't really keep them all in one room, and he's saying that really there's no excuse for the United States to hang around on this matter anymore.
The two countries, as everybody knows, very important NATO allies, very important in the fight against Daesh. In the news conference that Binali Yildirim gave at Ankara Airport before flying to the United States, he said, we will be talking about our fight against Daesh. But is all of that going to be compromised by the American position on Fethullah Gulen?
Well, it will have some effect on those discussions, but the actual fight against Daesh in Syria has got its own problems in the relationship between Turkey and the United States, because they're already sort of a point of friction over the SDF, the Syrian Democratic Forces, which is an organization that's fighting in Syria against Daesh, but it's dominated by the PYD-YPG. It's a Kurdish group which Turkey regards as a terrorist organization. It regards it as effectively the Syrian branch of the PKK, a terrorist group that has been conducting a campaign against the Turkish state for several decades within Turkey's own borders. But the United States is working alongside it, providing it with some light weapons, some equipment and other supplies in this fight against Daesh. They recently retook the sort of de facto capital of Daesh, Raqqa, as part of this operation. The US so far really regards this group as a sort of valuable ally in the fight against Daesh in Syria. So there's a long way between these two countries on a number of other issues too, let alone what may or may not happen to Fethullah Gulen.